条件才去做事情，是因为做事情得到大家的支持，才有了这样的条件。你要去创造那样的条件跟那样的因缘，你不能等所有东西都聚集了，然后才觉得，所以我。
Okay, so let's take a look at this. And I have everyone's support, so I can do it, right? And we have to really do something and form good like an affinity, so people will support us. You can't wait until affinity to come. And we have a lot of like different ways for cultivation. So this is really important for us to know something. This is the Dharma essence. Well, and Mr. Jingyuan, is very firm that, okay, everyone can be the Buddha in the future. So let's vow to Mr. Jingyuan and become the Bodhisattva and spread the Dharma teachings globally. And through online study group Kaohsiung, then we can really spread a pure stream of Mr. Jingyuan's teaching to the world. So this is the blessings from Jingyuan, and Jingyuan called me like a bee, right? Okay, and she says that because I do everything, and I can just spread the Dharma everywhere as busy as a bee. So maybe this is why she calls me like a bee, right? Okay, so in the screen, okay, as you can see here, it is an illustration. Okay, from Jingyuan and Aban, and they are the blessings from you, and thank you, I got them. And here, let me tell you, they are the graphic designers, and we have wonderful outcomes here because of all the volunteers, right? And Jingyuan, let me tell you, okay, you still have your own time, so let's get on to your topic. Tips for compiling the Dharma essence, right? And Jingyuan, and she's the chief of the Ciji Codification Office, right? And ladies and gentlemen in Kaohsiung and online, okay, good day. And I just, heard the sharings from volunteers in Australia. And I also see kind of a wonderful exercise, and you were just like my warm sunshine, right? And well, I want to share with you, but this is nothing special, right? Okay, tips for compiling the Dharma essence, right? Actually, this is not a secret. And in our life, actually, we have a lot of questions, and we want to know about the answers, right? Just like children. And we continuously ask questions, right? Just like why do we die? And what have we done, etc. Just like a volunteer from Australia, they say that they have done this, they have done that. So we want to make it clear, right? And what I say today is we want to make what clear the Dharma essence, the Jingsi Dharma essence. We have to not only put the Dharma teachings of Master Zhenyan in mind, but also keep it. We have to codify it, right? Therefore, compilement is really important, right? Okay, I began having this thinking in 2016, right? Okay, and this is our Dharma lineage, and this is the Jingsi school, right? Okay, and Mr. Zheng Yan really hopes that all her thinking systems has to be kind of systematic, right? Okay, it is intangible, and it is invisible, but this is a very important essence, right? For example, like Amitabha and the Guan Yin, okay, and the Shakyamuni Buddha, okay, they just pass on the Dharma to us, which are intangible and invisible, but they are useful. Where are they? They are in books, right? And they are on the internet, and they are everywhere, okay? So this is the job we are doing, right? Okay, yeah. Just for example, when I go to Kaohsiung, I of course take a train, okay, and then I go to Kaohsiung. Then where do I go? I go to Jinsihou, and I go back to where, or I go back to Jinsihou in Hualien. And this is my system, and this is my schedule, right? So we have to put the Dharma scheduled. All right, and well, 2016 was the like 50 years. I mean, 50th years of Ciji. All right, well, and 50 something years, right? And what can I do? Okay, if I want to make it systematic, like a codification, how tough it is, as you can just imagine, right? Okay, and so I had a meeting with like all the masters and pure practitioners. Okay, we talk about what is Dharma lineage, right? And how can we begin doing so, right? And how are we going to present the Dharma lineage in the Tzu school, right? And how do we just express and make it clear about Mr. Zheng Yan's teachings, right? If Mr. Zheng Yan only says to promote vegetarianism, and when Mr. Zheng Yan says so, but we still eat meat, and it is that we never put her teachings into action, right? Okay. Well, in the Lotus, in the sutras, right, and we always hear that as I heard as a beginning, right. However, if we also do this in Tzu school, and it is not suitable because well, we have a technology and we have an internet, and everything can be really like a synchronized. So it is as if that we could just get into the Dharma really immediately. So we need something really urgent, really immediate, that we can transform ourselves into Dharma and combine both of the two parts together, all together, put them into action, right? Okay, and this is what Master Zheng Yan expects to see, right? Okay, and she wants to keep all the history, keep all the stories, and they are the Dharma lineage. And now modern people can just take them into their like a body, and they use them, and just well be with them all the time. And this is the direction that we have, right? And in 2017, in March 17, okay, 2017 to 2018, we spent almost a year, okay, and we have almost like 900 people doing this. So all the all the difficulties are really overcome, and we collected finally 127 stories in the Dharma lineage, right? Okay, and maybe you will say, hey, come on, why don't you just collect this story, that story? Okay, let me tell you, we really have to select important ones. And I'm not saying that the others are not important, but because this is a lineage, so we just do it gradually. And now, for example, like on YouTube and on the like links online, then you will hear a lot of news stories, right? Okay, so same here. So some year in July 2018, I was in Kaohsiung, and I participated in a musical like a sutra adoption, and a lot of opinions were therefore expressed, right? Okay. And Master Zheng Yan also said that she expected that her Dharma lineage can be really compiled to nourish people's life, the wisdom life, right? And Master Zheng Yan therefore saw me asking, can I do it? All right. And I just replied that this is our duty. I'm your disciples. I do it. Welcome. Yeah, okay. And tell you the truth, right? Every week, and every day, I began feeling so nervous just because of this mission, right? Okay, because every week, originally I just had to like take care of the volunteers internationally online, okay, and just share a lot of like touching stories, right? However, they are really, really something relaxing for me. And as I received the mission from Mr. Zheng Yan, okay, and I realized that, come on, something big is falling on my shoulder, right? Okay, and I was thinking, Mr. Zheng Yan, are you sure this is something to do with me? I have to do that. I have to analyze your Dharma essence, right? All right. However, I still reply to Mr. Zheng Yan, yeah, yeah, this is your order and this is your mission. And as a disciple, I take it, right? Okay. Well, the one more example that, okay, today I'm doing my presentation today to you within only maybe 30 something minutes. But how much preparation do I have to like do, right? Yeah, the same. Okay. And we began our like a Dharma lineage codification since like 2018. All right. And how many years has it been? See, it's been already 5 years, right? And I really want to say, okay, to Mr. Zheng Yan that, okay, can I just stop doing so? And I don't want to do it anymore, right? Okay. But maybe Mr. Zheng Yan would reply to me that, all right, if you don't do that, what do you want to do, right? And if she is in a good mood, maybe she will just give me a kind of a bad look. And well, I don't know. And I would say, Mister, I am so tired. I don't want to do that, right? Okay, can I stop doing so? But of course, they are just the imagination, and the answer is that I can't, right? Okay, so when Mr. Zheng Yan herself could just listen to herself about what she did and what stories she had told and what Dharma teachings she had ever given, she must be very excited, right? Okay. And thinking of this, right? Okay. I think this is my responsibility, so I have to do it. I have to take up the responsibility. Okay. And if we only have such things like Master Zheng Yan in mind and think about what our like a future life would be, full of Dharma, it's gonna be perfect, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. And the Master Zheng Yan's teaching is always kind of easy to understand, like doing good deeds and be filial to parents, right? Yeah, and we are happy when we listen to this, right? But I tell you this, a thinking must have its like origin, right? Okay. And so we have to go back and search such origins, right? Just like a river that flows to many countries or provinces, right? And where does the river begin, right? Okay. And this is our work, like what event and what thinking, right? So, well, okay. And another example is that the war in Ukraine and Russia has been like so you know, almost a year, right? And why did the war begin? And how is it going, right? And this is the whole thing that okay, we are watching in the world, right? Okay, yeah, and let's talk about the COVID-19, right? And why did we have a COVID-19, and how did it just last, right? And what made us, wear the mask for over 3 years, right? Okay, so everything has its like origin, beginning, and so where something begins is a really important element, right? Okay, so let's begin. We have to try to search it. Okay, right. And we have to search for a long time. Okay, and if we don't begin doing so, and it's gonna be well, beginningless. Let's say. Okay, okay.
All right. So we search all the lecture and the history from the database. Then it seems like test your wisdom that how to choose the correct one for the history. So when we try to filter or all the data, then sometimes volunteers probably will miss something touched, and we probably remember that at that time seems like something happened, and you'd better to check that out again. So, tracing back to what Master talked about, no matter the teachings or stories, when she repeated, it seems like it's quite important, and we have to think about why she been talking about it again and again. So, in terms of such kind of concept, we have to present the main point, and we have to think over and over. We have to think about what's the reason behind, and also, because whatever happened, there must be a cause, and also we have to think about the background of the timing and when it happened, and what is the background for the story. Of course, we have to try to understand thoroughly at that moment. And also, when we talk about the person, such as the care recipient, we can actually see history from person or the charity cases we've been done. So, and also we have to think about is there any pictures or photos as the verification. And like when I began, what I did is like the salmon moon are hidden in the green of rice, and the mountains and rivers are cooking in the pot. And I thought that was done in 2018. And from what I just mentioned, that it inspired me that for those, actually it's not began in 1966. So as the first year of Ciji, Master mentioned like the sun and the moon are hidden in the ground, not, yeah. So do you remember that when we performed the sutra adaptation in Kaohsiung Aluna, then yeah, there's a section that Master asked us to add more and more water when cooking back in 1966. Because at that year, we probably think we got different perspectives with different background. So in 2016, we talk about with love, we can come together to serve. And with wisdom, we can see the world in the sea. That is talking about, that is talking in Tzu 50th anniversary. So from 1966, we got the abroad started distribution, and in 1994, Anhui, during the drought, so the farmers donated rice seeds. And also in 2008, Myanmar disaster, the farmers also start the rice banks movement. So actually, in terms of rice, it's actually there are many stories in Tzu history, and I was also doing some works on the seventh lunar month, and in Chinese traditional ritualistic, people regarded it as like a ghost month. They burn incense, they burn judge paper, and when I start work for Ciji, I understand that the 7 lunar months actually is auspicious, and yeah, it's quite different from general thinking. And when I trace back the Ciji history, actually Hualien Ciji Hospital and the Dalian Ciji Hospital both were opened in the 7th lunar month. One is in 1986, the other one is in year 2000. So like what Master said, every day is a good day. And as long as we have the right thoughts, then everything is good. And our Tzu Chi Hospital also self-guide lives, love, and health. And in 2018, I was thinking that Master been talking about making offerings of harmony, and because she been repeating this, it's obviously quite important, and probably not all volunteers make it. So as the what I show you that that is harmony, and we can work in unity. And now, in the past, that seems like because every volunteers have different living backgrounds, so we actually have many volunteers have different opinions during when they do Tzu Chi works. So they actually some complain to masters. So and that's why master asks everyone to work in harmony. And for the in 1995 volunteer assembly, there's Kaohsiung commissioner. Actually, that in long time ago, it seems like the volunteers in Kaohsiung not work in unity. So actually, Mr. Zheng Yan said it's probably because of the Kaohsiung culture. And when we think of that, it actually that master spent a lot of time to accompany everyone. And yeah, commissioners asked master, do you have anything to tell us before our return? And the master replies, be harmonious. So, and actually now, Kaohsiung volunteers are quite harmonious. So not only Taiwan volunteers to be harmonious, but also for global Tzu Chi volunteers, they also need to be work in harmony. And there's once in 2018, there's a diligence camp, and master was in Xindian, and there are also volunteers from Philippines. And at that time, the as she or the Wei Song said, we should be in harmonious as master still around. So they he's talking with tears because at that time, and I was wondering why he said that. Why he said that while master is still around. So, like as you can see from the presentation, that he keeps saying that must let go and let go the ego and the attachment. So when we repent in front of master, and some people actually ask, "Is that true?" And next, when I'm talking about like guiding ourselves with precepts and managing by love, someone asked me that, could you tell us something about the mission? And like in 2014, and so I actually talk something related to our missions. So, like in 2014, Taiwan Joint Commission on Hospital Accreditation, Mr. said Tzu Chi was established nearly 50 years. So all the 4 missions must create good system example, and everyone must be self-disciplined and follow the teachings. So to all Tzu Chi volunteers, it's not like just a rule, but we should penetrate, we should then the religious spirit penetrate our heart and then act, put into action. So she hoped that for missions can all make it. And Master also expects everyone to be mindful and shoulder a responsibility. So we can set up the example, the system for future missions and grow our wisdom life. And so that not only we can apply it locally, but we can also apply to the world. And when talking about survivors remain calm and deceased rest in peace, and during that time, I watched TV news frequently, and it seems like not all TV channels focus on major events. Therefore, in many disasters, actually, Tzu Chi volunteers are the first one in there. And Master says, life and death are natural laws. And just like leaves or a leaf fall from the trees. So she talked about that survivors should be calm so that deceased can rest in peace. And that is started from 1995. Volcano crop fire in Taichung was quite impressive because at that time, there many people died. And I remember that a mom with her 3 daughters went to a restaurant, and her 3 daughters passed away in the fire. And I can feel her sad when she talked about this. So as the master of the society, master says that when she see the sad the grief of the victim family, the sadness is beyond description, and many victims are young people, and their parents are not there not to face the fact. So, and also in 1998, the crash of China Airlines, there are more than 200 people passed away, and under that weather, Tzu volunteers also help there day and night, and Master also said that we should help survivors to remain calm, and no matter what kind of disasters happened afterward, this sentence is quite practical to all the people. The survivors must be calm, and so that disease can rest in peace. So we should let go. And in 2016, there's a bus fire. We also hope that the victim family can ease their mind so the deceased can rest in peace. So this is a good way to comfort the victim families. And we talk about recruiting Bodhisattva, and we can find we should live out the Buddha's teaching in the world. So when we talk about the origin of recruiting Bodhisattvas, actually it's like back in 1986, Master says she had limited strength, especially like when building up the hospital, there are many hardships. So if many people can give their hands to support, then we can stand. So there's a commissioner, Ye Cailian in Taipei. When she heard that, she vowed to recruit more great love. And she was running the grocery store. So when there's children came to buy something, she asked children to donate. And if you don't, she said, if you don't have that much money, then you can save a few dollars a time, and then accumulate it to a certain amount. We can donate to help you to the hospital. And children replied positive. So she had confidence to encourage others adopt, and that she also wrote a poster on the cash counter that recruiting Bodhisattva. And in 2002, she was on TV, and to share this event, Master heard of that when she traveled into all the places. She admired these wisdom words, and since that, we can use that as the slogan to recruit volunteers. So when we talk about the journal of compassion, I think everyone can see the news from TV talking about the typhoon Morak. Tzu Chi helped with the Greta village. And I remember that there's a meeting from government to talk about the reconstruction, and Master hoped and the Master hoped to build the village in different places, and we trace back the history, and in 2010, Master talked with Pingdong volunteers, and she gave a clear direction that we should build up a permanent housing for the victims so they can live generation after generation. And they're much right or wrong and praise or standard. But at that moment, what came to Master's mind is just finish the reconstruction as soon as possible. At that moment, there's actually someone charged her that in such a short notice, are you sure you can build a durable, permanent house? Don't give you your promise, but fail to act. At that moment, actually, we feel it's sort of that one was quite a straightforward question, Master. However, Master didn't feel angry. And she said, many people want to stop our idea, but we need to show our resilience and endurance. We want to build an international modern village. So, with that clear direction, we spent only 88 days to complete the Sanlin Great Dai Village. That is really a good model for that. And the one charged her, of course, was quiet. And because of our, because we all have the common concept on the Great Big Hall. And in 1990, excuse me, Dean is calling you. Because it's 35 minutes already. So, all right, I'll speed up. And because we've been building house, schools, and in that year of Eastern China flood, and I remember that the Master said, if disaster victims didn't put on the jackets, then she won't put on many clothes. She'll bear the chill. So that year, after volunteers called back saying that the jacket delivered to the victim, and Master was willing to add thermal afterward. And last year, the year before last year, Master been talking about the string and to encourage everyone work in the same direction. And with the clear construction, we can work efficiently, won't be like a house on wheel. So from the from our family to the community and to the world, and we can work all together. And as you can see from the picture, yeah. And also, I already shared my presentation materials, so you can check it out afterwards. And if you have if you are clear with the keywords, then you can find out the origin of the Dharma lineage. Thank you so much. Thank you for Jingyuan. And usually I will ask the sharing to contribute their own topic. But this time, I actually requested Jingyuan teacher Jingyuan to share these tips of compiling the Dharma essence. And we have feedback from the audience that what Jingyuan talked about is part of our study group, and we also got feedback from Yu that what Jingyuan just talked about help us to understand the Jingsi Dharma lineage. We also have the feedback from Shandong that she's human and she's talking of we like her speeches that benefit us a lot. And also I'll keep on doing a thing to be diligent, working on spreading Dharma to the world. So we are grateful to Jingyuan and hope Jingyuan can come again next year. Even not showing on site, we still want to tell you that we like to be